Welcome back, Golden Family. This is my most popular recipe of all time. Listen. Oh, that's crispy, huh, big fella? And it's honestly one of my favorite things that I've ever made. And it's my garlic Parmesan chicken. You can literally take this recipe and make them in any form that you like. I'm talking chicken wings, chicken tenders, and now I'm gonna be making a chicken sandwich. But whatever vessel of chicken that you use, you're gonna do the same exact technique across board. From the original recipe, I did make a couple changes, and I'm so excited to share this whole thing with you in a long form content. Now, as you know me, when I fry a chicken sandwich, I do not like using chicken breast. We're gonna be using chicken thighs. Now again, you could do this to wings and tenders, or you could do it to a chicken breast if you like. So we're just gonna drop in all our chicken thighs, and I'm making these for my family, so I have a lot. Okay, look, some thighs are bigger than others. So when I deep fry them, I make sure I put the big pieces with the big pieces and the small pieces with the small pieces. Or you could fry them at the same time and pull out the smaller piece a couple minutes early. We're gonna be marinating overnight with a buttermilk dredge, but we're gonna make a couple minor tweaks to just alter it to fit the Parmesan garlic theme. Garlic Parmesan or Parmesan garlic? Y'all have to let me know in the comments, is it garlic Parmesan or Parmesan garlic? With that being said, we're putting our twist on this little wet batter. Now directly onto the chicken thighs, I'm gonna go in with a hefty pinch of thyme. We got thyme today, huh? And instead of salt, I'm doing sazon. It's just an all-purpose seasoning salt. And it has a little bit of MSG, which you could never go wrong with. I'm adding a bunch of paprika. And there's a lot of chicken, so we're getting nice and generous. A whole lot of garlic powder. And then what I like to do is mix this all up. You wanna get like every nook and cranny covered with seasoning. And obviously we don't want bland chicken. For an overnight marinade, I personally don't like using pickle juice. For a lot of those chicken sandwiches, people add pickle juice and it gives it that nice brininess, but I just feel like it's too strong. I like to use the pickle juice that comes from jalapenos. Just a little goes a long way and adds beautiful flavor. I'm gonna toss in a little bit of that pickle juice. And I got this buttermilk from the farmer's market. It's extremely high quality. I'm gonna dollop it all over the chicken. And then this step is absolutely optional, but I like to re-season a little bit more. Just my preference. And I season with the heart. And now we're gonna mix this mixture all up. If the buttermilk doesn't change color, then you ain't got no flavor, baby. These are gonna sit overnight and just turn incredible. Okay, everything's tossed in the fridge and we're gonna actually marinate overnight. Yes, you can marinate until you lose patience, as I always like to say, but with these sandwiches, it makes such a big difference when you marinate overnight. Just like the inside of the chicken gets so much more moist and juicy, and it's worth it. Even me, the impatient fat. Plan ahead, you will not regret it. I'll see you all tomorrow. Alrighty, welcome back. It's actually the next day. I finally organized my life just a little bit so I could actually plan ahead. So it's been marinating overnight. The chicken looks mad gorgeous right now. Time to make a dry batter. And yes, we're using potato starch. You know you've heard Nick say it a million times, but it's actually so much better. And remember when he tackled me and told me use potato starch? I gotta listen. Alrighty, the dry batter is pretty simple. We're gonna go in with the potato starch as we mentioned. Now this sandwich without the sauce is still delicious. I'm gonna reintroduce some thyme leaves, some of that sazon. Honestly, you could just have fun with it. Use whatever seasonings you prefer. So I went with a little paprika. If your starch or flour don't change color, it's not seasoned well enough. And remember, these bad boys have been sitting in a nice little cold plunge. Oh my. Okay, so it smells extremely gorgeous in here. The thyme leaves are just punching me in the nose, the garlic. Wow. So we're gonna grab one piece, and it soaked up so much of that buttermilk, there's not much extra on the surface. So we're gonna toss it into the dry batter. And again, this should be clockwork, folks. Come on now. We're gonna give it a nice little shake. Shake until it's all covered. And then what I like to do is give it a nice little pat. Every single crevice has to get touched with the potato starch. And don't be shy, just like pat it in there, work it in, get it nice and lovey-dovey. Now obviously the all-star of the show is the sauce. I've made this sauce several times before, and this is my favorite perfected version of it. So the first time I made the sauce, I did a mayo base. The second time I made a heavy cream base. I found combining the two is to make the ultimate sauce. If you are on a diet, just go home. There's no, every inch of the sandwich is covered with calories. But that's what we do around here. We mix the healthy and sometimes we mix the bad. I mean the good. And as I like to say, it's time to get lost in the sauce. We have a medium heat pan. We're gonna toss in some high quality butter. Sometimes you just gotta treat yourself to some good food. When the butter gets nice and comfortable, I'm gonna go in with a whole lot of minced garlic. After all, it is garlic Parmesan. Now I'm making a small batch for now, just because I'm fasting and I wanna make some for my family later. I'll show you how I present it to them later. You do not want your garlic to yell for help. We're letting the butter get all that garlic flavor without burning the goofy out of it. After a couple minutes, the room should smell fragrant. I like to add some thyme leaves just so they toast down with all that butter. Just a couple pinches. Give this a quick little swirl and add in your heavy cream. It's still on medium-low heat, and you just want to start seeing those nice little bubbles. I like to kill the heat and then add some QP mayo after about a minute. Toss and turn that to thicken it up. The number one mistake you want to avoid is burning it. Keep it on a low heat and be patient. When everything is well combined, we're gonna go in with a whole lot of Parmesan cheese, and definitely don't be shy. This is the part where you add with your heart. There's never too much cheese. Keep going like you're working for Olive Garden. Now when your heart's desired, I like adding some red chili flakes and giving it a nice beautiful stir. Now this is truly a beautiful garlic Parmesan sauce. Every bite is creamy, garlicky, and sensational. Keep in mind, I did not add any salt. Parmesan cheese is very salty, and we season the chicken very well. Be careful when adding salt. It's all up to your preference, but too much can kill the dish. The bubble bath is set at 350. I like frying in peanut oil. And now we drop the chicken away from us. And my favorite thing to do is actually bottle up the sauce. I don't know why, it just tastes so much better this way. Alrighty, these only took a couple minutes just because they're thin. They're chicken thighs. They took like 5-6 minutes. So I always get comments about this white part. That's just how potato starch cooks. It kind of looks ashy. It just looks like this, but it's extremely crispy. But as the legend chef John says from Food Wishes, fork don't lie. Listen, listen, listen. Oh, that's crispy, huh, big fella? That's a crispy piece of chicken, baby. Come on now. My mouth is literally watering. What I like to do is add a little bit of sauce in here. Go in with the chicken, a little bit more sauce, and give it a nice little toss. Because I have family coming over, I like to keep the toppings up to them. For this sandwich, I love serving it on an onion roll. So what I'll do, I'll toast up all the bread, lay out all the pickles and the toppings, and definitely don't forget your cheese. Use whatever you like. Alrighty, in the meantime, let's construct our favorite sandwich. Then I'll show you how I serve it for my family later. Okay, let's do a couple pickles. I love banana peppers and jalapenos, because why not? Then we snuggle on our piece of chicken. The cheese melts from the heat of the chicken. Why does this feel so wrong that I'm putting tomatoes on cheese? Yeah, I should have put that on the bottom. Anyways, we go in with some lettuce, and then we shut it up with a lid. Alrighty, and now we have final product. She's honestly very gorgeous and pretty, and I wish I could just dive in. This sandwich is amazing, I promise. Alrighty, so here's like a behind the scenes kind of moment. We got all the dishes and everything. So this is sort of how I like to serve everybody. I got all the toasted bread in bulk. I got all the fried chicken, all the toppings that we talked about. I got the Parmesan garlic sauce, of course, and then I got a pizza. But I do it this way, so if people don't want the Parmesan garlic sauce, they could just make a nice little chicken sandwich with whatever toppings that they prefer. You got the fries going, come on now. Don't forget, take care of your family, stand for justice, and as always, now bismillah. Thank you so much everybody for the constant love and support. I truly appreciate it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you everybody for the constant support. I truly appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications. Let me know if it's garlic Parmesan or Parmesan garlic. I really appreciate all the support. Y'all mean the world to me. And have yourself a great night.